Alright, so now we are outside again, and I want to show you guys the steps of reinstalling the coil. And hopefully with this you're able to also repair your coils later on if you need to access the coil area right here. Okay, you can see there are two screw holes over here. Those are what's fixating the coil. This is the replacement coil that I got. In order to access this hole, you have to unscrew the two bolts over here on the starter motor and pull the starter motor out. Okay, I'm gonna leave the things on the side. So basically you gotta wiggle this out. Okay, once you loosen the screws, of course. There's an O-ring in there. That's what's fixating the starter motor. And once you have the starter motor out, leave it on the side. Get your coil installed first, right here. Okay. And once with that aligned, you put the screw in there and you connect the little socket over there. Then you connect the wire, spark plug wire over here, and you should be done. Once you put the screw in there, the next thing is you're gonna put the starter motor back in there, just to get things in place. The starter motor bolt, this bolt actually also have a ground wire, so make sure you connect the ground wire to the bolt before you put the starter motor back on there. Okay, so I'm gonna put the bolts on here first. Next, we're gonna find the little plug over there. I think this is the one. Okay. on. This plug has a yellow locking tab that we have to put in there to lock it so it doesn't fall off. Okay, so we gotta find that yellow locking tab. Right here. Okay, so the locking tab is on there and it is locked, nice and secure. I'm gonna apply some dielectric grease over here. Also some on the other end. Okay, so they don't corrode. And basically, we can get everything aligned and just install the plug. Let's see. Alright, so the plug is installed. I'm also going to apply some dielectric grease on the spark plug cap. Okay. And the coil reinstallation is actually complete. The rest of the things to do is put the airbox back, because in order to remove this, we had to remove the airbox. Now this is back on there. We don't have to worry about the airbox, so we can put the airbox back, and also put the throttle body back on there. Reconnect all the loosened wires, just a few more, and you're good to go. Okay. So next, I'm gonna try to get the airbox back on there. The breather hose goes to the crankcase, and this is the airbox cover. The airbox goes in, you just slide it in, and then you have to somehow lift it up. Okay. Let's see. Aligning it, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Now we're going to close those two screws. Those two screws are like really long. Okay, like so. Phillips. Alright, so the airbox is put back together. The airbox is loosened by those two screws, one here and one under there. Those are two really long screws. They are held by a clip on the other end. Kind of hard to put back in, but just have some patience and you should be able to put the airbox back in there. Now the airbox cover, you don't necessarily have to remove it. I removed it because I didn't know what to do, but you can leave the airbox intact when you are removing the airbox unit. Okay, so the next thing to do would be putting the throttle body back on there and also hooking up the rubber hose that's connecting the throttle body to the engine as well as the airbox, which should be a rather easy task. Okay. See if I can put it somewhere so I can show you guys. I think this is good. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Okay. The throttle body. Okay. Checking to make sure I connected everything correctly. Clips in there. Okay. Alright, it's not terribly hard. Okay, the throttle body. And basically just make sure both ends have no foreign objects in there. And we are going to connect, let's see. I believe this one goes to the front. Okay, seems like it's in there. Align the notches, and then you can tighten the screw. Let's see where the screw is. Might have fallen. Let's see. The screw is right here. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we can tighten it. And just make sure it's nice and snug. You don't have to over tighten to a point that it's so tight it might damage the rubber. Okay, so as long as it stops, I think we're good. Okay, yep, I think it's pretty snug. All right, so the next step is, oh yeah, connect the breather hose, if you can remember. Okay, so the breather hose is connected, and connect the this is the evap system. You're going to connect to the body over there, and before we do that, we're going to connect this little blue line somewhere here. Okay, all right, and this is a plug for the ECU. You can go ahead and connect. Okay, here is a tab that connects a whole bunch of other things, so you'll want to just get everything here aligned nicely and connect everything. Okay, and remember, this one is a very weird sized screw. If I can find that screw, but this is what you need to connect, and this is for the fuel injector. Okay, fuel injector is connected. Any other plug? Nope. That's pretty much it. It's rather easy to put things back together. Okay, and we also have the last hose to connect, which is this one. That goes from airbox to the throttle body. So this one, it's very easy to deteriorate and crack. So if you can get some replacement parts ready, it will be nice. Okay, but just keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm gonna have to get this in there somehow. Let's see. There is also a notch on this. You have to align the notch and push it in there. Okay. You might have to loosen this wire a little bit and change the direction just a little bit, because it's blocking the airbox. align all the notches. Okay, notch, and over here there is also a notch right there. So once all the notches are aligned, you should be good. Okay, and just tighten everything. We're going to use a flat head screwdriver and tighten everything. Okay, that's good. This is that super weird screw. Uses 9/64 of an inch, so which is this one, which is basically a 3.5 millimeter hex wrench. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna try to align everything, put everything back in there. Perfect. And last thing we need to do is tighten this little thing which is loose. And then we're almost done with the interior side of restoration, putting things back together. So everything looks nice, and we could at this point even just do a test start and see if the scooter would start, because everything's connected. Yeah, there's no loose wires, all looks good. So yeah, the last thing to do would be putting the panels back together, which again would be rather easy. Okay, so I have another video that services the fuel pump. So if you look at that video, you should be able to see how to take off the panel and put the panels back together. Okay.